Okay, so whilst the go live is going live, we're going to appear on screen. Hello, Nick.
Hello, good to see you, Stephen. Happy Monday.
Happy Monday to you too. I'm going to turn my softbox around and step one and getting things ready. And then behind me, I've got a stand, which I'll move in a moment, but we can go live.
We are live now on Amazon, certainly on our page, my page, your page.
Indeed we are. We say hello to all our friends on Amazon and to our friends in the OneStream live group on Facebook, to our friends in the live video hub group, and to YouTube. If you're watching anywhere, then thank you for joining us. If you look at the post up above, you will see that there is a link to watch Nick or I on Amazon. If you'd rather watch it on Amazon, then just click the link. And it means it has one major difference. When Nick and I talk about the carousel, you'll know what we're talking about because it's down there.
It'll be there. You can see it and you can click it, and it's just great fun to be part of something which is super new, super cutting edge still. And you know, as someone said to me today, I've never heard of it. I said, well, you're about to hear a lot more.
So. Well, yeah, I mean, we're pioneering yet again. And it is great to actually be over there. There is, for everybody who's interested, there is a Facebook group as well, isn't there, Nick?
Oh, there is. Yeah, we've got Amazon Livestream Facebook groups. There's going to be another one very soon as well, so which will be mine.
Well, Facebook groups is the way to actually grow. I hate the word, but a tribe.
For sure, for sure. You know, as you know, as I showed you this morning, I want to bring some drop shippers and authors all together and teach people how to do it, because it's like we always, it's like the live streaming, isn't it? You know, we are great proponents of live streaming, and we like to show and tell people how to do it. And if they want some hand holding too, we'll give you a little bit of hand holding as well.
Brilliant. Now, talking of milestones, which of course we are, you've reached a milestone today.
I have. I am so happy today. I have reached my 500 subs on my organic YouTube channel. So it's really cool. And so you can go check it out. It's all about different side hustles that you can do to make some money on the side, and has some great free training in there. And like with all these things, you can have a crazy little URL which no one understands, but you can just go to nickwoodvideo.com, and that's as simple as that. That's even easier than typing in YouTube. So please do go check it out if you've got a minute. There's a ton of free videos and 500 subs. So I'm super happy.
Yep, brilliant milestone. And well, you can only go onwards and upwards from now. You've got a solid base to work from. I mean, that's the key, isn't it?
Yeah, all organic, and that is all partly video, partly live streaming as well. I do tend to, if I've live stream there, I do take it off, edit it, and put it back on. So yeah, it's all good.
Now, if you're watching us in the OneStream group on Facebook, there is something that we can show you. About 30 minutes ago, I completed a recording, and this, I mean, Nick and I go live via OneStream to Amazon Live, to Facebook, to YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. And this is how you can do it by scheduling. This is new. This was released on the 17th of September, and it's the ability to go live and schedule it. So without further ado, before I get tongue-tied, I'm going to bring the video up on screen. And there's the video. So this is just a quick overview. This was nothing fancy, but it does describe what it's all about. So I'm going to put the video full screen. I'm going to switch Nick's microphone off. I'm going to switch my microphone off. I'm going to play part of this. And this is the new update to OneStream Live. I'm on the OneStream Live page, and on the left-hand side, I have clicked Create Event. Okay, now as terms of events, we know you can upload a video and you can broadcast it as if live, providing you put a sentence in which says this broadcast is a recording. Right, that's one of the big features of OneStream, is the ability to take a pre-recorded video and then send it out to up to 30 destinations, possibly more. The new part of this is on the right hand side, which is the real-time event. Now, if it's a real-time event, you have two choices. Up until now, we've been able to go live now, and that's still there. You can still use it, you can still go live now, or now you can schedule a live event. Now, to schedule a live event, you press the schedule button and it brings up the screen. Now, the first thing it wants is a title. Now, what I've done is I've stored all my titles and everything in a separate application called Smart Task. So I can now come back, I can key in the title. Okay, I can go back, I can copy the description. Okay, so Control C and back into the dashboard, Control V. Okay, and I'm going to tidy that text up. Okay, so tidy the text and then put the tags in. And those tags will follow you around. When am I, if you make a mistake, just zap it and do it again more slowly. OneStream. Is that spelled correctly? Yes, I think it is. Okay. Date and time. Now we're going to go out on Tuesday, the 21st of September, and I'm going to scroll down to the time, and the time we're going out is 3 p.m. in the UK. Okay, it will automatically be converted for the people to 10 a.m. on the East Coast. It's the London time zone because that's where I am. Now, an interesting feature is the ability to send out an event announcement before you go live. So I'm going to send out an announcement 15 minutes before I go live. And if we scroll down to the bottom, you could actually go probably up to 59 minutes ahead. I'm going to go for 15. Okay, so what that basically means is I set up the title, the description, I put the tags in, I've got the date and time, and my time zone is correct. So I just go next, and then I can pick where I want to go. Well, I want to go to LinkedIn. I want to go to my web. No, I don't want to go there. I want to go to my Facebook profile. I want to go to the live video production page. I want to go to, well, as you can see, I have Facebook pages and Facebook groups set up, and I can just quite simply go live on any of those social media assets by clicking the button. And I won't do too many for this, but as you can see, I can just keep going. I'll go over to Twitter. I'm not going on Amazon Live, but I'm going to go on YouTube. Okay, so these are all the channels that you've previously given OneStream access to, and you just go through them until you get everything that you want, and then you just press confirm. And everything is created. And if we scroll down now, we can see that the new broadcast is listed and they are in time order. So the earliest broadcast is at the top, which is the one I'm doing with Nick this afternoon, and the next broadcast is further down. As you can see, you can put the cover image, you can edit the cover image, which is what I've done on the first one. I'll do that later on the second one. On the right hand side, right, the whole of this video, the whole of this video will be on YouTube tomorrow. We've got to be wary of limits on Amazon Live. So thank you, Amazon Live, for allowing us to show that. I'm going to hide it at the moment, and you see Nick and myself on screen. And we're back.
Just having a sip of water.
Caught you. Right, I'm going to hide that now, and we can go into our normal show. So I'll run through the other changes that have been made on OneStream later in the broadcast, but essentially that's the biggest thing. And Nick and I can only say it works, because it did.
It did, and it does. And I have to say that is really clever. That's one of the one of the things, particularly when we're scheduling with RTMP, is to be able to actually schedule it is great.
It's as you saw, it is intuitive, easy to do. I'm just getting rid of this stand because we don't need it till later. Right, it's intuitive and easy to use, and it simply works. I mean, I tried it last night, had no problems whatsoever, and I put that video together an hour ago. So there you go. So that's the update for OneStream.live. There are other updates which we'll cover later in this broadcast. But if you want to join us Amazon Live, then just click the link up above wherever you are. The thing that I did like was the reminder that went out 15 minutes before on Facebook.
Yeah, that's always nice. Funnily enough, I was chatting to some people earlier on this morning, and we were talking about bringing people to an event or a live stream. And yeah, the rule of thumb, if you're doing an email list, as an example, email them 24 hours before, email them again an hour before, email them again 5 minutes before, because then you're just going to catch some people that, might have been watching anything on YouTube, suddenly get an email reminder saying, come watch Nick and Stephen instead. And they go, oh, that's an idea. So next thing you know, they're there. And we are everywhere.
We are everywhere today, definitely. And just want to say thank you, because we don't know who did this, but we want to say thank you to the graphic artist at OneStream for creating this card. Let's put it full screen, because we're both, I think happy would be an understatement. I think it captures the mood, and it's the second time I've been called a digital guru. That's not something you can call yourself, is it?
No, that's very true. That's an honor that is bestowed upon you, for sure.
Indeed. So
very, very true, very apt, I would say, especially for you, Stephen.
That's very kind of you. And so thank you to OneStream.live. And if you're interested in OneStream.live, then you can join the OneStream.live group. Okay, now I thought that we'd actually, well, I don't know, because we've got to sort of, well, I suppose we could welcome people to the show now that the difficult bit's out of the way. Oh, no, that's the one. I need to change that, because I am not at all happy. I had to change the colorway for the clock.
Yes.
Yeah. And I pressed the wrong button, so I'll be back in a minute. I had to change that, so I'm going to put it back to that and change the colorway.
And it'll be back to as it always was. Yay!
That's it. I'll even go that way, and now we're totally at one with the way it looks on screen. Okay, so welcome to the show. It's better in black and blue. And this is Live Video Production Weekly with myself and Nick. Now, where do we start? Do we start the story with a Logitech C920 camera?
Oh, we certainly can. That'd be
right.
Very, very nice.
Okay. What we have to do during this broadcast is to synchronize our carousels, because you can actually watch this broadcast either on Nick's Amazon Live page or on mine. So I'm furiously going right to the end of my carousel to find the C920. Okay, I found it. Okay. Now, when you start broadcasting, you can use your computer, you can use the internal camera, you can use the internal microphone. There's no need to do anything special to actually start live broadcasting. However, once you're bitten by the live video bug, it doesn't hurt at all. It's just a thing that happens once you enjoy your first live, you go on to enjoy your second live. then you start thinking, well, can I improve the way I look? And the way you can do that is to buy a Logitech C920, because most people start off with that, don't they, Nick?
They do. It's a lovely introductory webcam, and it does everything that you need it to do to begin with. It's actually got some really good audio with it as well. So that's a good thing to do. If you're just doing like a talking head, as we are here, then it's only a couple of feet from your mouth, and it picks up audio really well. But also it can record, or it broadcasts in high definition. So it looks really good. You can change the white balance, you can change the contrast, the colors, all sorts. But then, as we've discussed before, it also comes, if you're going to buy a Logitech product, with an amazing little piece of software as well, which allows you to do some really cool things, like have your green screens up and running. You can have screen in screen, picture in picture, which is always good. And it's called Logi Capture. Is that little bit of software? And I mean, you don't need to do that. I mean, I've been using just the plain camera settings software that I uploaded a couple of years ago when I first got it.
Right.
Just change it. You can zoom in, zoom out. One of the things I do tend to do, I haven't done it today because I don't intend moving around very much, is that also you can set it kind of defaults to autofocus. But if you actually set the focus, then that actually saves a bit of oomph on your camera as well. So you don't have to keep messing around with it, because otherwise it will keep tracking you. And so just the little things which take down some not sure, is it CPU or?
Yep. And the graphics processors. I mean, basically, what you don't want to do, if you got it switched on, the autofocus switched on, every time you move, then the autofocus has got to adjust. And if you move left or right, or you move your hands, then it's doing work it doesn't need to do. One of the things that it's good to practice if you're solo on screen is statues. Pretend to be a statue. Okay, so that you find a position on camera with which you're comfortable. You look at the camera and you hold that position for as long as you can. Then you let your breath go and you just relax. No, you want to keep that position, if you can, looking directly at the camera and not moving overly much, because the fewer movements that you make, the less is the strain on your processor. And what we all want is for our computer processor to be happy, because you can broadcast with virtually any computer these days that's got 8 gig of RAM and good Wi-Fi connection. Those two mean that you can actually broadcast. And we'll come on to Wi-Fi connections, I know, at some point in this broadcast. But Logitech C920, I would say that going back about a year ago, 80% of the people who are using a camera for live broadcasting using the C920. We did a poll in the live streamers community, and that's the answer that came out. The outliers were using the one that I'm going to show in my carousel now, and we're going over to the Logitech Brio. Now, it's a truth that the better the camera, the better the image. And we'll look through one or two images. But Logitech Brio, you can compare now and contrast.
Yeah.
This is the Logitech Brio. And it's Nick's turn to say, this is
the Logitech Brio Ultra HD webcam.
We're both on Logitech Brios today. Okay. Right. Okay. So you can't compare. But if we get a guest on, then undoubtedly they will have a C920. One of the things to do is to actually watch videos on Amazon Live and on Facebook, on YouTube. And when you see a picture quality that you think, I wish I had that, ask the person who's broadcasting which camera they're using. Yeah. And then that's the simplest way, because it's subjective. It's your take on how you look on camera. Yeah.
Absolutely. And also, you know, and there's this, oh gosh, well, you know, with the advancements in mobile phone technology as well, then, you know, you've also got cameras which are stunningly good. So, you know, I use a iPhone 12 Pro, and so, but I've not set it up for this broadcast, but that can also be a webcam. Just it's super easy to set up. Another little app, Epocam Pro, it's a little app I use, and that then becomes a brilliant second camera. And again, the quality is absolutely amazing. So when I do my cooking shows with the cook off with Adair tomorrow, 10 a.m. UK time, 9 p.m. Australian time, or indeed the ketonic cooking show midday on Thursdays, then because I'm actually in my kitchen, it's easier for me to actually set up my iPhone 12 as well. So do check that out. And it's, again, it's just using the technology that is there. I mean, you know, you've got to if you've got a phone and you've got a camera, 9 times out of 10, that camera these days, if it's a fairly new phone, is going to be super good. So it's always worth doing that. Just download another app, easily converts it into another webcam, and that then gives you the chance that you can have more than one camera. So you can have two cameras, but of the same thing. So you can have a camera behind you. It's a great one to show text, obviously for cooking. It's a great one to show chopping and having it over a pan. So really cool thing to use.
Shall we do a quick illustration, because we've got time? I'm going to add a camera. Okay, now it's not a mobile camera, but this is just to go with the principle. I'm waiting to choose the right camera. So I don't want to choose the one I'm using at the moment. That would be silly. So I'm going to choose the one on my Microsoft Surface Book 2. And hopefully that would, yeah. And I'm going to bring that into shot. And there you have it. Now, I know we don't want two of me for too long, but this is the thing that you could do with the mobile camera, is you can have a totally different shot. And remember, though, and this is very important. It's very important. Do turn off the microphone on the second camera. Mute it. My apologies for doing it a few seconds late there. You can have as many cameras as you want, but you only want one microphone. Okay. And in relation to that, that's particularly important in terms of mobile cameras, Nick.
Oh, totally. I had a huge problem last week, and I thought it was actually I thought it was Adair in Australia that was the issue. We had massive feedback, and it was only then when I actually switched off my laptop audio that the feedback stopped, and I realised that actually, the sound was going through my phone. I hadn't realised that. Busy blaming, as you do. You know, you're busy going, can't possibly be me.
We're very lucky on the positioning of our computers and our microphones, because we don't get feedback. We don't need earbuds when we go live, because of the way we've got our system set up. And we'll take a question from Corinda in a moment. And just to let Corinda know, we're live on Amazon as well. And we're trying to help people in relation to hardware today. And we're looking at cameras and microphones and earbuds and all sorts of things. Right. Okay. So that's enough for two of me on screen. I'll hide one of me. In fact, I'm going to hide me and hopefully make it disappear entirely.
Brilliant.
So, but that's the basic principle, and the hints, tips and tricks that Nick and I have just given you about that second camera are important. It doesn't want to go away.
It's the gift that keeps giving. You see, this is once you can do two cameras of yourself, it's very difficult to let go.
Well, I mean, in actual fact, I mean, we go to Corinda, because Corinda is a good friend of ours in London. And Corinda is saying, two Stevens. Yes, there were two Stevens. And how are you, Nick?
Marvelous, Corinda. Thank you. Super happy.
Brilliant. Why are you super happy? Does it relate to YouTube?
Amongst other things, I got my 500th totally organic subscriber to my YouTube channel this morning. So very, very happy indeed. In fact, actually, I got my 500th. I got my 497th, 8th, 9th, and 500th, all in the space of about an hour. So must be a really cool video that I uploaded at midday.
Totally. I mean,
you shamelessly promote, as you know.
Right. Oh boy, yes. Why not? If we don't, who will?
Exactly.
Okay, and Corinda again, who's actually watching us on Facebook. He did his first Udemy course. Okay, good luck with that, Corinda, and wish you every success. What's the course about? And then we can look out for it. Unless it's... All right, okay. So Corinda's been approved to go on Amazon Live, so he will do Udemy on it. Okay, look forward to that, Corinda. Wish you all the best with actually with doing that. I think it's brilliant. I mean, the number of people who come into live broadcasting that we've met over the last 6 years we've been doing this. Well, it seems like 6 years, Nick.
It does. I don't know if after 6 years I might only be 5. I might be a bit of a baby, but it's funny. What's been lovely is how it's progressed and how it's gone from just literally going maybe live streaming on, for me it was live streaming on Facebook on my phone, to then discovering the joys of OBS, which is free software. Again, it was to use the green screen. It's just to make things a little bit more interesting, interactive. And then with the third-party softwares that have come on board, makes live streaming so much easier. I mean, everything is just a press. I mean, I've got the easiest job in the world today because all I have to do is look at the camera and talk when Stephen gives me the nod. Whereas Stephen's busy pressing all the buttons, pulling different cameras in, checking out the comments. So it's an art form. So I'm a super easy job today.
I enjoy my job. I've just got to say that I enjoy making things happen. And over to Corinda, and Corinda is saying, I told people about apps. Okay, all right. Just a point for everybody. We are on Be Live today. I wish I could on Udemy. Okay, so that's in the course. We know about that. And over Corinda again with Amazon Live. How do you go live on laptop? You need, Corinda. Do you want to explain what you need, Nick? Because
Corinda, what you need is an iOS device, so an Apple device. So either a mobile phone, which is Apple phone, or an iPad, because that's where you download the Amazon Livestream Influencer app. And once you've got that, then you can go live. So then you have a choice. You can either go live from your phone and use your phone camera directly, or there's a button there, Corinda, where you can say an external camera. And then that way you can then go and use a third-party live streaming app like Be Live, which is, one of it's probably my favorite. That then you can go and send your stream to. But you've got to start and stop your Amazon stream from the Amazon app. So this is why when we come on, first of all, like we did today, we had the countdown timer whilst the feeds were being fed through. And then once we knew that there was a little button which just lights up and says go live on the Amazon app. So once we know the feeds are working, that then lights up. We press the button and it is seriously as quick as it just goes 3, 2, 1. And then we are live on Amazon, the same as we are live on Facebook, YouTube, anywhere that we choose to go. I mean, I don't think we're as many places as we are normally. So we could be going on our websites, on each other's Facebook pages. We could be on your Facebook page. We could be on your YouTube channel. But we are on Amazon, and that's the thing that we really love, and it's a real great pleasure to be an Amazon live stream influencer. And as you know, if you want to go check us out on Amazon, so you can actually see our carousels, so you can see the hardware that we're talking about. The links are in in the description above. So go check us out on Amazon. And when you go over to Amazon, just come and say hello so we know you're watching. And I've got Harper. I don't know whether Harper's switching between the pair of us, maybe. But we've got our good friend Harper, who said, "Morning, gents. Nick and the two Stevens." so that's good. Thank you, Harper. Always great to hear from you. So if you are watching on Amazon Live, please do. Yeah, just type in the comments. Let us know where you're watching from. And of course, we've got follow buttons as well. So in the same way that we have it on Facebook, YouTube, there's a follow button on Amazon, and that way, you'll get you'll be notified when we go live again. So you'll be able to see us. Because why wouldn't you not want to see us? It's great.
True. Indeed. I mean, the Amazon Live is just so well designed. Yeah. Because you can image, title, description, and then you build up the carousel. And the carousel is slightly different for each broadcast. And you just go through the carousel, which is what we're doing at the moment. Let's just catch up with Corinda. Okay, and Corinda's saying no, I know they're an app, but how do you use RTMP? As far as BeLive is concerned, if you're in the BeLive close focus group and you're using BeLive, not to mention BeLive, then you can get the RTMP option, and that's what Nick and I do when we go live separately and together.
Yeah, it just makes a world of difference. It opens up.
Totally true.
It opens up where we can stream to, and it's only getting better.
Yeah, and there's a major difference as well, because thank you everybody who's watching on Amazon Live. You're awesome. Enjoy your day, and thank you for dropping by to chat with Nick and myself. Nick and I have been broadcasting, since forever. And if you've got any questions about cameras, microphones, earbuds, green screens, then, because we've both got green screens, as you can see, then please do ask. Yeah, mine's different shades of green so that people can tell us apart, really.
They are.
Right. Okay, now, there is a difference between broadcasting Amazon Live and broadcasting on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. On Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch, you have to attract an audience. Now, today, with the new OneStream Live, OneStream sent out a notification 15 minutes before we went live on Facebook. Absolutely brilliant. Great innovation. Hats off. You have to attract your own audience on those particular platforms. On Amazon Live, it's a totally different thing. If you put the work in and you provide the content, then thank you everybody for watching. Tell us how you found out about us, but Amazon send you the audience. Yeah, so we do all our marketing. Amazon markets as well, and the end is two happy broadcasters. Amazon are happy, and if you're watching this broadcast and enjoying it, you're happy too. So it's a win-win-win-win-win for everybody. So that's to answer your question, Corinda. And you have to give ID. Can you expand on that, Corinda? Thank you. And live from, welcome. This is from the OneStream community where we're broadcasting live today. Now, just if you are watching us on Facebook, thank you. If you are in the OneStream community, then up above is a link which says click here to give BeLive permission to show your picture and name. Other than that, we'll know who you are afterwards. If it's Visa, hello. If it's Amna, hello. If it's anyone else, then please do give BeLive permission. How do you put item on Amazon from under? Does that go any further?
From under? No, that's as far as that goes. Is that Corinda? Is that what you're thinking about, the carousel? So you can go in, and if you go into a product, when you're logged into your Amazon account, Corinda, just search products, find the product that you want to promote. Obviously, it's ideal if you actually have the physical product here. So like I've got iPhone 12s on my carousel because I have an iPhone 12. And so you can go in and you can click, it says add to list. So you can just add it to your list from the Amazon page. So when you're in the live stream influencer, there's a create a list. So you create your first list, and then you can add to that list. So you've got more than one list. So I've got the list for the live video production. I've also got list for the cooking shows. So it wouldn't be. Well, I'd be amazed if I could actually get a KitchenAid mixer onto this show. But then on the cooking show, on that carousel, I've got the KitchenAid cookers because I use them. Mixers, because I use them. And so you can have separate lists, Corinda, depending. So if you're going to do different shows, which is really great. So, and there's some elements that you can have as a crossover. So, I'm now trying to think of one. Books is the one. I've got a list of books. So books for business, books for mindset, and books for cookery. So they're all there, all available on Amazon. So that makes another nice list for a carousel.
It's simple and straightforward. Once you've got the hang of it, Corinda, it's easy to set up. You can have up to 40 items in your carousel. And as you're live, you actually talk about them. And that's the whole idea. And we'll start doing that in a minute. But we've got so many comments coming through. And Corinda is saying, hi from the OneStream Live community. Thank you for that. And over to Corinda. And Corinda then said, how do you put the items on? And Corinda kindly told us, and we're grateful for that. That was Eva. Thank you, Corinda. Hello, Eva, from both of us.
And can I just add? Yeah, hi, Eva. Can I just add, if you didn't know, and I've literally just done it, so it's possible, you can add items to your carousel mid-broadcast, because I just realised, Stephen, whilst I'd added a couple that you sent me to my list, I hadn't actually added them on my phone. So
you can just go back and edit it whilst we're live.
Yes, I've just literally gone in, edited it live, added those onto the list.
That's very brave.
How cool is that?
That's brave and cool. Cool and brave. Okay. And yes, when you click the link, you just get a blank screen. Then if you refresh your browser, we should see your name. It's a two-step process. It's
a little
anybody,
bit, isn't it?
It's basically Facebook protecting us. Facebook have said it's okay. Nick and I could go to the OneStream group now and we see who you are. But for Be Live to see who you are, you have to give express permission. And that express permission is just clicking the link once, and then Be Live can see your name and your picture, and we can show it on screen. And it's been that way for a long time, and I don't see it actually going backwards. So no. We know it's an extra step, which we can do without. And Corinda's saying yes. And Corinda again, Facebook user Eva Thompson. Thank you very much. And Eva, although we hope to actually see your name on screen sometime during this broadcast.
See, I would say that every broadcast needs a Corinda, because when things like that happen, he is so helpful. He just immediately steps up and says, "This is it." Thank you, Corinda.
And it's awesome, Corinda. We do appreciate it, because the thing that we are live broadcasting now, and if we went off to the side to actually do something, it interrupts the flow of the broadcast. And the other thing, because we're British, we know it's not polite to do that. So as we're polite people,
we just wouldn't do it.
We just wouldn't do it. Wouldn't enter our heads at all. So Corinda, thank you for all your help. Okay, so the next place we can go is microphones. So we're going to have the battle of the microphones. This is my microphone versus Nick's. Where do you want to go first, Nick? Mine or yours?
Oh, let's go with yours first.
That's probably good, because then I can find it. Okay, so
yours is the Audio Technica.
Yeah, and it's there. I've got it. Okay, right. You have a great chance now to compare two microphones. As I actually said earlier, the only way to find the best microphone for you, because we could buy half a dozen from from Amazon and send 5 of them back. That's not the way to do it. That's not the most efficient way to do it. It's not the best use of your time. It's not the best use of Amazon's time. And at some point, if you adopt that approach, somebody is going to get annoyed, and it might not be you. So the best way to find a microphone is to actually listen to live broadcasts on Amazon Live or on Facebook, not now, of course, because we're on Amazon Live, on Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, listen to live broadcasts. When you hear a sound and you say to yourself, wow, I wish I had that microphone. It just sounds, the sound of that microphone is I just love it. That's the point at which you ask the person who's producing the show, the host of the show, and say, can you tell me which microphone you're using? And they will tell you, yeah, because it's a win-win. I mean, they get to tell you all about their microphone, and you make a connection, and hopefully you'll actually buy that microphone. And if they've got an affiliate link, you'll buy that microphone with their affiliate link because it doesn't cost you any extra.
No.
So win-win. Yeah,
exactly. And that's just, this is the thing about, I love affiliate marketing because it costs no one anything. All you're doing is just promoting the things that you love. And it's something that I talk about in some of my videos is that, Be Live being a great example. If you use something, pretty much every day, then, why wouldn't you tell people about it? You are the expert on that thing. So for me, I use a Blue Yeti. Can I switch to mine, Stephen, for a minute?
yes, certainly. I'm going to, once you talk about it, I'm going to switch to the Blue Yeti.
You'll switch to it. Cool. So yeah, I use the Blue Yeti. So this is, hopefully you can hear, but this is also, I think, one of the most aesthetically pleasing microphones around. And I know this for sure because every time I go out and do a presentation somewhere else and I'm using this microphone, people swarm around it. I don't know what it is. It's just, it looks amazing. It does the job. And as you can see, it's got these bits here. There's a little bit of light, unfortunately, it's shining. But basically, you've got, it's multi-directional. So you can set it to a certain thing. So you can have it for, it's great for music. It is great for interviewing. So, and I know I've not been able to do this for a while because of our lockdown status, but I'm sure I'll be doing it very, very soon. And that is for interviewing people, across a desk for a podcast or something like that. Then you can have it to pick up behind and forwards. Get my fingers around the wrong way there. So it can be multi-directional, and then it's fantastic. You can change the pitch. You have a great mute button, which so you can mute. There you go, red. So mute it, and it goes. So that's good if you're going to have a cough. You can just quickly mute it, and of course you've got the volume as well, so you can use the volume here. Now also in the carousel, because mine didn't come with one, and that is, it's always good to have a little cover on the top as well. And sometimes to get even better quality, you can have another little mask in front as well. Now I haven't got one, but what I did do a few years ago when I first got it and was busy playing with it was I just used a coat hanger with a pair of my wife's old tights. They were clean, I promise. That just stops what's it called? I know I do this at times. Not spitting, but
there's a word for it, isn't there?
There's a word for it. I can't think. Smacking.
Yeah.
So it just reduces that level of smack, and it just makes the audio clearer. Because with all these things, when we live stream or when we're just recording video, people will put up with a poor quality video if the audio is really clear. So it's really important. Audio is a super important element to your live stream production, because people, if you get some poor quality, so like we said earlier, if your camera's on autofocus and is chewing up CPU and it's really struggling, so you're getting blurry, then as long as you've got great audio, then people will tend to just put up with an awful lot. So I love it. I got it. I just think it's the most amazing microphone. And again, as Stephen said, the person that introduced me to the Blue Yeti was a lovely guy called Ben Brophy, and he was my very first video marketing guru.
And he got me that foundation, and he just said, Nick, get a Blue Yeti. They are brilliant. You won't regret it. And he was doing he was music recording, podcasting in those days as well as with video. And so, yeah, when your guru says go get something, you kind of do it, don't you?
Indeed you do. And you've mentioned the magic word every time you say guru or I say guru. We're going to bring the guru picture on the
Yay!
screen.
What's it like, Guru Stephen?
The faintest. It's only a recent accolade since I started working with OneStream from Fisa and Amna. So I'm quite happy with it. I would never call myself a guru. I just enjoy what I do. And by being in live broadcasting since 2015, 2016, I've got to know a lot of people and a lot of facts. Okay, so we'll take that picture off the screen, come back to Nick and I. No, we'll just do the show with that picture on. Now there is one of the microphone. It's just me. Well, you said I was directing the show, which means that I can seize the screen at any point. Right now, the microphones we've shown you are $80 upwards, and when you first start in broadcasting, to actually invest $80 is a step. Okay, because with a microphone, you can pay from $80 to a couple of $1,000, depending on the quality you want. And again, as Nick said, do listen to other people's microphones to decide which one is best for you. When I was starting out in live video, one of the first things I did was to actually go and write courses on Udemy. Now, if you don't know Udemy, U-D-E-M-Y, Udemy is quite probably the largest online course website in the world. And the idea is that you can buy courses created by people who know what they're talking about. And if you've got something you want to know about, if you want to know about live streaming, if you want to know about crocheting, if you want to know about photography, you can just type that in the search box and Udemy will give you the courses, and you can buy the courses and you get lifetime access to them. Now, when I was creating my courses, I had PC and I was using an internal microphone, and I sent them a video that I thought was wonderful, and they said no, it's not. They said the sound is not good enough for a Udemy recording. On a Udemy recording, your sound has got to be as good a quality as your picture. Okay, because as Nick intimated, you might be listening to Nick and I now, but you might not be looking at us because you've seen us once. We understand that. So you can surf Amazon.com whilst you're listening to us, all good. But if our sound was bad, you'd stop listening. You don't mind watching, you'd stop listening. So what Udemy suggested is a lapel microphone. Now, a lapel microphone is down in my carousel at the moment. And basically with a lapel microphone, as its name suggests, you put the microphone onto your lapel on your clothing, and it's just a crocodile clip. And then the other end goes into your mobile phone or your computer, and you're using a good quality lapel microphone instead of the internal microphone. And that will set you back between $30 and $40. So that's the place I started. I started using the lapel microphone with courses on Udemy. I've grown now to 15,000 students. And I started off, most of my courses use the lapel microphone. So if you're thinking about live broadcasting, then one of your options is the lapel microphone that's actually down in my carousel at the moment. And I use it, well, I use it now for mobile broadcasting because you just plug it into your phone, and there are all sorts of reasons which we might revisit later. One of which I'll tell you now, is if you're using a mobile phone and you're in traffic or you're in a crowded place, then you're going to pick all the noises up from around you. The lapel microphone means that your voice will still be heard. And that's the difference between an amateur video made on your phone and a semi-professional video is the microphone. Because as Nick said earlier, the quality of the cameras on the microphone, quality of cameras on our mobiles is far better than even the Brio. Okay.
Oh my God, I can't believe you said that. But it is true.
It's true. Well, it is. I mean, I know from experience. I've got to tell you this true story. when I got the microphone, I thought, right, okay, I'll do an outside broadcast in OB. And I just sat in the garden and I got the phone propped up and I went live on Be Live. And I looked at the replay and the quality was absolutely awesome. But the quality, I've got to say, here and now, was too good. I've got to say, I look younger on a Brio than I do on my mobile phone. That's all I'm saying. Okay.
Yeah, I remember when there was a big uproar, wasn't there, when I think it was at the BBC, when high definition broadcasting was just coming in, and all the presenters was something like, "Oh my God, you can see every mark, blemish," and I think several had skin peels. I think a couple which went wrong. So yeah, sometimes look, you need to play to what suits best. So sometimes super high definition Nick is not going to be the best look for sure, particularly in the mornings. So
true, and a super high definition picture of me either also is a problem. Right, okay, over to Corinda. We need to answer one of Corinda's larger questions, which I'll read out. I have a question to ask Nick. If someone doesn't like the product, in other words, somebody buys a product from your carousel, would Amazon blame it on us, or will it blame someone if they hate the product? So, right, okay. Nick, you've been asked that question directly. I'll add my 2 pence in a minute.
I would say it would depend on one of two things. One would be if someone clicks on the carousel, buys the product, and doesn't like it. It will depend whether they then say to Amazon, sorry, I was watching a live stream. Nick Wood said the Blue Yeti was the best microphone he'd ever used. Absolutely need to buy one if you're ever going to do a live stream or an audio broadcast. I bought it, and for some crazy reason, they didn't like it. And they said that to Amazon. So they're accusing me of misrepresenting how good a product would be. Then yes, you would get the blame. However, if someone, if you can see all the reviews of Blue Yeti, and the products that we promote are quality products, so we know they're good. We are not over promoting them. We're not making up any claims about their performance. And so if someone buys them and genuinely doesn't like them, and Amazon can see that we haven't done that, then that's no problem. The issue, there's another issue, and that is for people. A lot of people on Amazon, the last thing they want is returns, because as a drop shipper, as an example, or using fulfillment by Amazon, the last thing you want is a lot of returns. And so you've got to be very, very careful. And if you're promoting someone's product and that producer then says, hang on a minute, you're doing a bad job of promoting our product, then again, that would then fall into your responsibility. It's drop shipping on Amazon. Amazon are super careful and monitor all these things, because of course they want everyone's experience to be as good as possible. The whole point of them having this Amazon live stream influencer program is so that people can sell more product, but it has to be sold in the right way. It can't be shoddy. It's a bit when you join, you have that first 90 minutes on the Amazon influencer program as a rising star, so that Amazon can see what your broadcasts are like, making sure that you're not using profanity, you're not turning up drunk. You can actually, you can actually put a broadcast together and not make crazy claims. So in answer to your question, a rather long answer to your question, Corinda, but ultimately it depends. So as long as you're just being truthful about the product, giving your honest opinion, not being over salesy, spammy, promoty, then you'll be fine. You'll be fine. And Corinda, you're not going to be promoting a poor quality product. I know you won't. So I wouldn't worry about that at all. I mean, Stephen, have you got any extra to share on that score?
Yeah, just one thing. When we put items into the carousel, we do read the reviews of the items. Either we've got personal knowledge of them, or we check out the reviews. And I try not to have anything in my carousel which has less than 4 stars. So it's got a good reputation before I put it in my carousel. And as I say, I look at the reviews as well. The other thing is that as Nick said, nobody wants returns. So therefore, you don't oversell the product. Okay, you give the facts. If you own the product, then you can give your opinion of the product. But there is no benefit to saying something's good when it's not. But as everything that is in the carousel is 4 stars and above, it means a lot of people think it's a good product. So we use the Amazon reviews as well when we're actually choosing the 40 items that can go into our carousel. Talking of the carousel, obviously, if Nick and I were to talk about all 40 items, or probably about 70 items in total, then you would actually be watching us possibly for 3 or 4 hours. That is something that we wouldn't impose upon you. So what we actually do in each show is we pick 7 or 8 items from the carousel and talk about them. Okay, which means there are 30 items in both our carousels which you can scroll. Now, when you actually scroll and you see an item you want to know more about, click the picture, a new Chrome tab opens, and you've got all the details that Amazon supply you with, including the reviews. So you don't have to take our word for it. You can click the link in the carousel. You can go and read the reviews. Okay, because we are trying to be helpful and informative. I mean, Nick and I do this show not just we do it to educate, entertain, and inform, and that's our mission. Is basically to pass on what we've learned about the systems that you can use to do live broadcasting, and about the equipment you can use to get the best live broadcast out there. And back to Corinda, and Corinda's been writing away, so let's catch up. Okay. I love it. Corinda loves the Blue Yeti. That's not over the top. That's a factual. Corinda does love it. Blue Yeti.
Yep.
And
I couldn't agree more.
Again, udemy.com. And there's an E in there. And Corinda remembers you having a pocket microphone, Nick. Oh, right. Oh, me.
No, you. That was Stephen.
That was me. Yeah, I had the Lapel microphone. Yeah. And correct. I'm glad we got it right. Very true. Okay. And Corinda. All right. And I knew this. I saw this a moment ago. I remember Nick had PC built-in mic at some stage. You've got to go back.
I would have done, Corinda. That's true. Actually, I think it might have been my my MacBook Air. That I think I used at one stage. I just used to use that built-in mic. It seemed to work really well. So, but I think I was at that time, Corinda. I was in a very secluded office, so there was no, there was no background noise, which obviously helps.
It does. And David Olsen. Right, there you are. Okay, and David's watching us on Facebook. Thank you, David. And Corinda is saying, "Oh yes," and we've caught up with the comments.
Yeah, fantastic.
And
yeah, and I think David's comment came in when it was when we were both talking about the fact that you don't want to be over salesy and you don't want to people don't want returns. So we're British. We play by the rules. So.
We do, especially when we are one of our better tennis players has just won the US Open. You know the rules that we play by.
This is true. They don't get much more British than little Emma, for sure. Because Emma is a very British name.
It is. So congratulations, Emma. We know it's a while ago, but it will live on, and you're definitely going to be in the UK at least Sports Personality of the Year. I think we've got a good handle on that.
I certainly hope so, because that's the thing. And sorry, I know it's a little bit off topic, but this is so true. It used to frustrate me so much that the Sports Personality of the Year normally had absolutely zero personality whatsoever. They'd just done something really good in their sport. But Emma Raducanu, she absolutely is articulate, has a personality, is a great, amazing sportswoman, and I would vote for her for sure.
So would I, and you nailed it there, Nick. Raducanu. Nailed it. Yeah, absolutely brilliant.
Another very British name.
She's actually born in Canada.
I know. That's what I love. It's, I often refer to I think it was Carl Sagan that first said it was on a cosmic being sitting on a tiny rock hurtling through the universe, and it's like, yeah, it doesn't matter where you're born, where your parents are from. At the end of the day, you're British.
Definitely. Well, I remember the days when Andy Murray still is at the top of the rankings in tennis.
Yes.
But when he won, he was British. When he lost, he was Scottish. That's all we're going to say. I think we best move on before we get into hot water. Right. Okay. Question for Corinda. What I don't understand, green screen is green. So why is there a blue one? What's the difference between green screen and blue? That's an excellent question.
I'll tell you, can I take that and pop up my carousel?
Yeah, sure.
Initially, because I've got my big green screen in the carousel. So my phone keeps switching off, so I have to go back and put it back in again. And yeah, basically, Corinda, it doesn't matter what the color is. It's a chroma key. So you can have a background of any color, and you can just remove that color. So in the carousel, I use a newer, when I've really got serious about live streaming and actually video production, actually going places and interviewing people. I got this newer kit, so it had the lights with the soft boxes on, had the big frame, and you could hang different colors. So it came with a green, a white, and a black cloth. And so the green is traditionally, green screen is because most people, it's a very specific color. So lots of people aren't going to wear green. You kind of wear, I'm making a huge generalization now, I know, but basically, if you're interviewing someone, then they, I always used to wear a dark suit, white shirt, red tie, that sort of thing. But it's a less common color, and it's one that's easily taken out. Now, I was lucky enough to be in the studio a couple of weeks ago, being filmed by the guy, and the studio was a total green screen, but it was a very specific one, and it was great because he was able to do the edit straight after and just pull the green straight away. But it can be any color, so it can be blue, it could be red, any color you like. I used to have when I was in my offices in downtown Farnborough, I would hire another room because it had a beautifully blue painted wall, and so that was a wider shot. But again, I could take the blue out perfectly easily. So it doesn't have to be green. It's a chroma key. So it's just the fact that it's a color. So on the newer elements, so you've got the green screen, which is great. The white screen, and I think Apple used to do this a lot a few years ago. They had white backgrounds. Again, really effective when you're talking to people. And then also with the black backdrop as well, typically I would use that for taking photos or videos of other objects, not particularly a person. That was just how I was taught to use the black cloth. So if I was demonstrating, as an example, if I was demonstrating the Blue Yeti, I could have that with the black backdrop, and that would look quite impressive. Well, actually, no, I should probably have it with the white backdrop because I've got a black cover. So actually, that would look really stupid. But yeah, so I hope that explains it, Corinda.
Right.
You probably got some extra.
I'm going to carry on from there. So I'm going to hide Corinda's comment. We're talking about green screens. I'm going to put myself on screen. Sorry, Nick. Okay, so this is live video. Anything can happen, and always does when I'm in control. As Nick explained, I've got the controls, and I can put things on and off screen. I can play videos. I can do anything. Right, now, I've got behind me a green screen. This is the one that's down the carousel. It's the Fozitech green screen. But I also have, and I'm going to go over here, I also have the software from XSplit VCam, and that means that I can do this. Hopefully this will work. This is live, but you never know. Okay, I can change the background. That worked. Good. Okay, now if anybody ever tells you that you can use background removal software without a green screen,
No.
you can't. Nick just agreed with me. You can't use background removal software without a green screen. If you do not have a green screen, you will not have, I'm trying to get my other hand on screen. This is not being intuitive. Okay, you will not have, okay, sorry about that. That was confusing my camera. You will not see 10 fingers. One of the things that this is my acid test, that you can see 10 fingers as I move them up and down the screen. You can't do that if you don't have a green screen. The other thing is that if you don't have a green screen, then you will have a line, a white line around your head, right to the top. And the other thing, it's happening a bit at the moment, the other thing is that your hair will blow in the breeze. Now, there is no breeze, but the software is trying to make sense of the fact that your hair it wants to play with your hair, and it wants a breeze blowing through it, and there's nothing you can do about that. That's a question of lighting. Now, my lighting is good, but it's not obviously not perfect today. So you do need a green screen, and then you need the background removal software. I use XSplit VCam. I've been using it now since January 2019. I used to have a competition with Jetty, who's on a Mac, and she used Epocam software.
Oh, I remember.
Until Epocam changed their pricing structure. Now, what it means is that I can show you where I live. Well, I don't actually live at Stonehenge. I live near to Stonehenge, it has to be said. And I saw a brilliant photograph the other day, Nick, which was taken from the air. It was taken from an RAF balloon in 1906.
Oh, wow.
And incredible shot of the stones as they were in 1906. I think this is more recent. Between 1906 and the 1950s, the stones sort of fell about a bit, or fell down. And the 1950s, they brought crane. This is a true story. I'm not winding you up. They brought cranes onto the Stonehenge site, and they lifted the lintels, which is a bit that goes across the top, to make sure it was level. They also used a bit of cement somewhere, but you can't. You're not supposed to see that, and you can't actually unless you get to touch the stones. So, using a green screen, I can describe where I am, or I could certainly talk about Stonehenge now, because you'd know what I was talking about. If I was, I'm just going to try and find it. Okay. If I was giving you, and this will not happen, but if I was giving you a French cooking class, then I could have the French flag behind me. Now, all the images that I'm using are free to you, and you just need to go to unsplash.com, and you can make a choice of backgrounds, and you can liven up your show. Just as music changes everybody's mood, so does the background picture. And if I want to make it upbeat, I can use this. Okay, and if I want to make you smile, and if you don't smile at this one, then this is the one you smile at. Okay, because we all smile at rainbows. Okay, so if you want to lift the mood of a broadcast, then bring in the rainbows.
Nice.
Okay, so there is a green screen behind me. That is it. And then my background is removed. Okay, so this is what you say. Okay, my background is removed. Okay, and then slide a picture in behind me, and in a second or two, I should unfreeze. I've probably broken it. No, I haven't broken it. I usually break it. Okay, so there we have it. Go to unsplash.com and just choose your images and use them as the background.
Absolutely, that's a great resource as well. Great free resource, unsplash.com. Got some amazing high quality pictures on there, and we always like to give a little shout out to the creators as well. And I was just, while you were doing that, Stephen, I was just thinking then about the Logitech Capture and whether whether I'm reticent to actually switch over to Logitech now, but theoretically I should be able to do that with my green screen here as well, and just do that. But maybe when you're chatting again, I might just switch cameras and show people what to do.
Okay, just a note, we are broadcasting today using OneStream Live, direct into Amazon Live. We played a short video earlier. If you're watching in the OneStream group now, thank you. And if you rewind the video to about 5 minutes in, you can watch how we're actually doing this using the new scheduling feature on OneStream Live, which is so simple to use, you wouldn't believe, but its power is immense. Because I'm just going to come back to why this is important. You can schedule to multiple destinations at the same time, and when you go live, you just go live onto OneStream, press one button, and you're live everywhere. You can actually concentrate on what you're doing, because you're not running around like I was going to say something there, but I won't. You're not running around. Everything's done for you. This is something that we could only dream of. So kudos to the team at OneStream Live. Absolutely. And over to David. Totally enjoyed the show. Thank you very much. Well, it's your friend. Yeah.
That's good. Right. That's good.
Okay. So you want me to do something while you set up your green screen?
Yeah. Have you got something to? Sorry, just throw that in there. You know, that's another thing that again, if you're going to be live streaming and you've not done it before, I would really recommend, create yourself a little run of show, a little thing, so that you know what you're going to be talking about. Stephen and I don't do that because we've been broadcasting together for a long time. But when you're just starting out, it's a good idea to have a little schedule so you know exactly what you're going to be talking about next. And then you don't get people like me saying to Stephen, do something quick and I'll do something that we hadn't thought about before.
Right. Okay. Just let me tie a couple of things together. I've got choices here.
Oh,
right. Okay. I'm going to go with this. Okay. Right. Okay. So we take a diversion. Nick is going to go into the staging area. So see you soon, Nick. And that means I'm in charge. Well, ostensibly in charge. Okay. Now, one of the things that started happening in 2016, and it's down in the carousel at the moment, and I do want to talk about it for a very good reason. When I find it, I will find it. Oh, don't you just love it when you put something in your carousel and it disappears? Right, okay. Okay, I'm going to go picture in picture on this one. And so that I don't distract you from looking at the book, I'm going to do two things. I'm going to change my color. Okay, and I'm going to shrink. Okay, so if I want to shrink, I just press that button, and as if by magic, I shrunk. Okay, so this started in 2016. Russ Brand is a good friend. This is the book that he has put together with 100 live streamers stroke podcasters, and it's down in the carousel at the moment. Ross and I met on Blab, which was probably the first live broadcasting system. It didn't go anywhere. It's just self-contained, a single website, BLAB, and 4 people on screen, and people could actually comment whilst you were live. And I met about 300 or 400 people during the period we were on Blab, and those people have stayed in contact. Now, in 2016-17, Ross came up with the idea of, well, in 2016, what's going to happen in 2017? What's going to happen to live video? So he asked a group of people, about 30 to 40, I think, and said, could you write a short piece on what you think is going to happen to live streaming next year? So I joined in and I wrote a piece about what I thought was going to happen to live streaming, and Brigetti did, and Linda. A lot of my friends helped Ross, and originally it was just a blog post. But this year, the predictions are in a book, and that book is on Amazon, and the book is called 100 Live Streaming and Digital Media Predictions. If you want to know anything about live streaming, the answer is in this book, because 100 people, quite a few of them friends of mine, have actually written pieces commissioned by Ross. He brought it all together, edited it into one book. This is the book to get if you're interested in live streaming. If you want to improve your live streaming, this is the book that will help you, the one book. Because there is also, incredibly, if you buy this book, and this is the paperback version, and I love paperback books, so you can actually just leaf through them. If you buy the book, in the book is a link to a Facebook group. If you join the Facebook group, and the link is only in the book itself, then you'll be joining the 100 people who actually contributed to this book. So you're giving yourself access to 100 people who are, in my mind, gurus and good at what they do. So these are people who broadcast on a daily basis, on a regular basis, on any platform you care to name, whether it be like StreamYard, Restream, OBS, Melon. They've used them all. It also includes podcasters at the top of their game using podcasting systems, and they give good advice as well. So if you are interested in live streaming, if you're thinking about live streaming, then I just implore you, this is probably the best. I think it's currently going down into the carousel. It's $20. It's the best $19.99. This is the best $19.99 you will spend if you're interested in live streaming. I have it because I want to know what's going on. Some of the predictions are fanciful, some of them are practical, but the advice is spot on. And you can join the group. If I've already mentioned it, you get access to a private Facebook group where you'll meet all 100, probably all 100 of the contributors to the book. So congratulations to Ross and to everybody involved in the book. And I'm still reading through my copy at the moment. So I'm going to drop that from screen. I'm going to come back to me. That's back to me. Okay. And I'm going to check. I'm going to see, because we're going to see something that we've not seen for a while. I'm just cursoring left. And right. Do I get a thumbs up? I've not got a thumbs up. So I don't know whether, do I get a smile? All right. Okay. I've got a smile. Okay. So I'm bringing Nick back on screen. Hello, Nick.
Oh, I had a spectacular fail. I went into my little Logi, went green screen, started to look good, and then it froze, and I could not unfreeze it, unfortunately. So
yeah,
there you go. It's like,
no,
I just wanted to try.
Yeah, green screens are a devil to get working properly, and they will occasionally freeze because your computer needs to get used to it. That's what I tell myself anyway when mine breaks.
I know.
It needs bedding in.
It does, and there's a standing joke is that I've had this green screen since before we started broadcasting together, and I still can't get I still haven't used it on a stream we've done together because I can't use this because I'm on a Mac. I'm not on. I can't use XSplit VCam.
No, that's true. And Epocam, as I say, it changed the pricing structure, which made it.
It did, and that was just made it crazy. So, so that's why I have to go with this rather bland backdrop.
I think it's quite a fetching shade of green, really. I don't Right. Okay. Now, shall we stay with one book? We've got one book. We know we've got another book with an orange cover. If I can find it.
Lottie's book.
We'll talk about that book before we actually move on. I just want to
Yeah,
You probably found yours straight away, haven't you? I probably left it in. Right, do you want to talk about Lottie's book? Have you found it?
yeah, I've got it. It's in my carousel now. Confidence on Camera, and
I got it too.
This is Lottie Hearn, and guys, this is a great book. Lottie, I had a great privilege to broadcast with her earlier on in the year, and she is amazing. She used to be a kids TV presenter, so she's been presenting live since she was super young, and she's done it all. You know, they say don't work with kids and animals. Well, Lottie's done that in spades. Lives to tell the tale. And yeah, so she has this 7 steps to present your power on any size screen, and it's all about how to connect. And there's not a better person, I don't think, that can convey this over, to get yourself in the right mindset, the right mood, all these different things. And her energy just comes across, not just when she live streams, but actually from the book as well. So it's amazing, and it's lovely. And that's it's a great book. It's on there at the moment on Kindle. It's saying $6.99. It's saying on the paperback $27.17, but I think you could probably find it a little cheaper.
Right. Now this is an important point. Okay. If you're watching on my page, you'll find that Confidence on Camera is currently in paperback $19.44. Just saying. Okay. So it's the same book, but I just got it at a lower price. I don't know. How's that work?
I know, it's crazy. Well, on my carousel, it's saying it's $6.99, but that's just on the Kindle version.
Yeah.
See, so do have a look. And actually, it's a good point, Stephen. I mean, I love books. I've ordered about 3 or 4 from Amazon very recently, but I do like physical.
Oh yeah.
Books. I can't get on with Kindle. I tried audiobooks. Audible, in fairness, is great because and Kindle is great because you get access when you first sign up. You can access all these books pretty much for free. So it's a great resource. But I just like the cold hard feel of paper. Call me old fashioned. I don't know.
Well, as in the UK, we'd say we were brought up with books, and that sort of stays with you. I mean, I remember my English lit teacher, which is a while ago, and she was all about books, and she had a stellar knowledge of books, and that sort of inculcated whilst you were at school and stayed with me. So I too love to actually pick up a paperback. So that's Lottie is a good friend. She broadcasts with us. She's based in Ireland. She started in television in Hong Kong in 1992. As Nick said, she's appeared with children and animals. She's done it all. This book was written in 2015, and I refer to it often. I mean, it is very helpful. It's a go-to book, so it gets you started, and then when you've actually got started, you can actually go to the book and refresh your memory. And we've got a comment coming in, and comment coming in is love Kindle best bright now. Okay, welcome and thank you for watching in the OneStream live group on Facebook. I love it. Given a choice, I would read a paperback, but it doesn't mean I was sat outside in the sun in England today. Ooh. And I was using my Kindle Paperwhite, and I could read it in the sunlight, and that is totally magical because you can adjust the brightness and everything, and you can change the font so it's actually legible. So I love Kindles too. I love books too. So there's no right and wrong answer. Okay, but thank you for the comment. It's the comments coming in from Facebook, and thank you. And if you're watching on Amazon Live, thank you. If you've got any questions about live broadcasting or about Kindles or about green screens or about anything really in relation to what we know, then please do ask.
I don't know what was more magical, the fact that you were able to read your Kindle White in the sunshine, or the fact that we had sunshine in the UK today.
Well, they're both minor miracles. I mean, we're having a late Indian summer. I do think in the office today it's 26 degrees, so it must be 23, 24 outside, which
yeah, it's certainly warm here. And I was just thinking, when you had that great picture of Stonehenge, and you said that photo you were talking about was taken in 1906 from an army balloon, chances are it may have been built or came from where I am in Farnborough, not a million miles away from you, where the army had their big balloon factory at the turn of the century. This is why Farnborough is the birthplace of British aviation. There was the balloon factory here before anywhere else, I believe. That's our claim to fame anyway. I hope it's right.
I'm sure it is. And David is saying sunshine in the UK, and yeah, we've got sunshine.
I know, it's just crazy. Actually, yeah, David's got a question we haven't put up yet. Actually, can you connect Epocam with OneStream as well?
Can you connect Epocam with OneStream as well? The only thing you need for OneStream to work is an RTMP feed. So if there is an RTMP out on the Epocam, then the answer is yes. I mean, RTMP predates all this Facebook API and YouTube API. RTMP is as old, not quite as old as Stonehenge, but it was the first way to reliably transfer video, sound, and data from A to B, and that's all it does. It just transfers those three from A to B, and then it goes from B to C to D to E, and that's in a chain. So if you on your Epocam have got RTMP settings, then yes, it will. In fact, anything with RTMP settings will work. I've got on my mobile phone, I've got an application which is called, mine's gone blank, it's called Astra Streaming Studio. And it's on my Android mobile phone, Astra Streaming Studio, and that has got RTMP. So when I go live doing my videos at the weekend on mobile, on my Android, I'm live on YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch, and Facebook, and my website all at the same time. And in fact, do you know what? I can now do that with OneStream.
Cool.
Almost.
Cool. I've got. If you've got an iPhone, if you've got an iOS device, you can have an app called Laryx. That's got RTMP as well. I have no idea how it works still, but
I can empathize. I mean, I took a look at it, and it's one of those where you need a pilot's license. Yeah. So this is a true story. I'm going to tell it a couple of times, but not for a month or two. So, weekend, Angelica and I go out visiting National Trust properties in the UK, and we've got quite a few around us. And basically, you pay your annual membership fee, and you can visit country estates, you can visit gardens, you visit Stonehenge. And we do the full tour, and then Angelica says, right, you can go and use your mobile phone to shoot video. So about 3 weeks ago, we went to a place called Mottisfont, which is somewhere north of Farnborough. And we did the grand tour of the estate, of the hall, of the gardens, of the river. And then Angelica said, you can go off. Okay, so I put my phone on my gimbal's down in the carousel. And I went off up the path into the first wall garden, into the second wall garden, just walking through the gardens. It was melons, and the next one was roses, and beautiful. I mean, the garden itself, the lady who owned the property collected roses from around the world, and there were climbing roses up against, because it's a wall garden, up against each wall, and they're just beautiful. And then I came out of the wall garden and walked across through the forest, because they've got their own forest, and I walked down to the font. There is a font at Mottisfont, and the water bubbles up, and then it goes down through the woods, and it's just beautiful. And I walked around the rail around the font and filming all the time. And then I switched my camera off, and brilliant. great place to visit. Really enjoyed that. And I walked over to Angelica, who sat on a bench as you do, and she said, "You didn't go live." I thought I said something which I can't say on air now, but I assumed that I had gone live. That's you've got to, okay, but I didn't, and even worse than that, it didn't actually record it either. What had happened was simple and straightforward. The person who designed the software, and he's darn good at what he does, and it's a beautiful piece of software, that's Astra Streaming Studio on Android, had changed the software. And I hadn't noticed. So now, lesson learned, before I go out, I always check that it's working before I go. When I get on site, I take a photograph and upload it to Facebook, so I know I've got 4G, yeah, and then I can start filming. It was a lesson learned. We will revisit multi-font, obviously, but it's one of those things. Every time something goes right, you think, wow. And then occasionally things will go wrong, because this is live broadcasting and we know things are not going to be perfect. Okay.
Yeah. And that's the thing also, I mean, sometimes this happened to me the other day. I was merrily cooking away and 38 minutes in, the stream just stopped. I have no idea why. But guys, you know, the thing is, if you like live streaming, all you do is just reset, reboot, and go back in and do the second half. It was, you know, it was that simple. Never get stressed out about live streaming. It is, you know, just accept it for what it is. It's great fun.
Oh, it is great fun, isn't it? That's principally why we do it, and why we can sort of come live and have a well of a time. Going on Amazon Live, and today we're on Facebook, we're on YouTube, we're in the OneStream group on Facebook. If you place a comment there, then I'll show it on screen. And talking of comments, we've got hello, I like the Stonehenge backdrop. Thank you very much.
Nice.
And
that's good.
The next comment, great chat, mates. Okay, now that could be Fonz. I'm not sure. No, we'll find out afterwards. If we can't show your name on screen, it's a Facebook thing. Up above, where it says more in the description, is a link. If you click that link, that's it, up above. Okay. Do you know when we were doing that earlier, I felt like an airline steward? Carousel is down below. The link for comments is up above. The doors are that way and that way.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. I felt like I'd be coming along. I'd have me Tom Cruise, me tea and me coffee. That was how they. That's how I was reliably informed. That was how they remembered. I thought, why don't you just call it tea and coffee? But never mind.
Indeed, it would be easier. Right. Okay. Now, over here, I have got some earbuds. Ooh. Now, we said earlier that in order to see them properly, I'm going to switch my green screen off. That's a subtle hint. If you want to show a product, then do switch off. Okay.
Yeah.
These are my aftershocks, and they're down in the carousel. And hopefully, if I go down here, I should find my video. So I'm going to bring my video up on screen, and it's next to Nick and I. I'm going to put the video full screen, and whilst Nick and I take a minute break, I invite you to actually watch all about aftershocks. The reason I did the video, if I did a live demonstration, I would forget things. So this video is my thoughts on aftershocks as headphones, and I'm going to switch Nick's microphone off, my microphone off. All things being equal, I'm actually going to press play. Aftershocks Trex titanium headphones are lightweight and very, very effective because they go over, they're open ear, they go over the ear, and that means that whilst you're wearing them, you can hear what's going on. If you've got somebody to the side of you, behind you, you can actually hear what's going on. You can hear the traffic, you can hear all the noises around you. but you can concentrate on the music or the podcast that you're actually playing. Now, they last 6 hours on a 1.5 hour battery charge. You can make and receive phone calls. They are practical. They're coated, so they are rainproof and sweatproof. I use them daily, and they're just good sound and quite probably the best headphones that I've actually tried, because I've tried many over the years, wired. These are Bluetooth, but wired, unwired, and these are the best that I've actually found because they are so simple, easily rechargeable. They pair on Bluetooth, simple and straightforward. Making phone calls is straightforward. You can voice dial. Receiving calls you can do with one button. So if you're looking for a pair of headphones and you do go out and about and you go walking, jogging, running or cycling, then these are the headphones that you should actually consider, because they are so well crafted and practical and good quality. Thank you for listening.
They do.
Yeah, I love them, literally. And we've got a comment coming in. What's the microphone like? Nick, would you like to talk about your microphone for a minute?
My microphone.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Yeah. Oh, look, I can talk about I've got my little earbuds. I've actually got.
Oh, okay. So, over to you, sir.
So these are the Easy Fun earbuds. So unlike they're not bone conducting, but basically when you buy yourself an iPhone 12, Apple, God bless them, don't like to include any extras. So you need to go and get yourself a decent set of earphones or earbuds. And I didn't see Stephen's beforehand, so let me just pop these on my carousel. But these are pretty good. I mean, they are not as expensive for sure as the Aftershocks, but these do quite a good little job. So I'm just going to pop them on the carousel. So, excuse me while I just scroll along. Here's some. There we go. Earphone, and you can have them in black, white, all different colors. And yeah, they come in a lovely little charging pod, so you can plug that in, and these will stay charged for this charging pod will keep them charged for 27 hours of charge. So also it keeps them in a really safe place. I've always, because it's white and I'm in a very light area, you can't see them so well. So basically they come out individually, and it is as simple as, get them around the right way, as just popping them in your ear. Now there you go. Now one of the things I was worried about was that they were going to fall out, and because I do go walking every day, and sometimes when I'm not injured I do actually run, so I was a bit worried of them falling out. And when I first had them in I was thinking, oh, not so sure, but they actually come with multiple sets of ear covers, so these little ear covery bits, so it will fit into your ear really snugly, and they are really cleverly, they really do, it sounds really weird now because I'm talking to you without them on, but they are absolutely really good at cancelling ambient noise as well, so that works really well. And again, how this works so well, I'm still amazed. But also, I can do, I'm part of a 90-day video journey group on Facebook, and so again, live streaming, I'll go out on my walk and I'll shoot another little video into them, and even in traffic these were picking up my voice really well. Now, not as a professional quality, if you're actually wanting to do a good professional live stream or shooting a professional video, but certainly a way better than I thought, and better than a normal pair of the old microphones that came through, and I've not used, full disclosure, I have not used, see, pop in, little green light goes on, you can't really see that. Full disclosure, I've not actually used the Apple earbuds, but I'm reliably informed these are better, as good, if not better than them. And yeah, so it's got in-ear captation detection technology, superior sound, they're waterproof, which is really cool. Enhanced 4 microphone for crystal clear call, wireless charging, 7 hours playtime, 28 hours, sorry, I was an hour short. And yeah, they are really good, and you touch control them. I can't, now I'll be honest, I'm a bloke, I've not read the instructions properly, so sometimes when I'm tapping, I just switch them off by accident because I don't really know which side I'm supposed to tap. I really should read the instructions. But where's the fun?
Yeah, they look good. They look good, and I'm going to stand corrected by somebody who's watching us. Interesting live stream. That's not corrected. Where is it?
Thank you. That's a discerning viewer.
Discerning viewer says those are headphones. They are indeed headphones. Nick would have the earbuds. I've got headphones. I say earbuds to cover everything that goes in your ear because that's the way I am. People understand the term. And again, next comment coming in. They work for recordings. Yeah, I mean, basically, wherever you set your audio out to, just switch it there to your headphones, your Aftershocks headphones. Over to Corinda, and Corinda is saying, Nick, have you doing the 13 thing?
Now, Corinda, yeah, from what I'm hearing, they're not in the carousel because I'm on an iPhone 12 Pro. Yeah, the iPhone 13 is apparently the cinematic quality of the camera is, what I've been told, is absolutely incredible. So it's only just out, but that's what people that are using them have been telling me in groups. I mean, Corinda, I'll be honest, look, it took me a while to upgrade to this, so I'm not sure I'm going to take that leap quite so quickly. But
yeah,
you know, as we said earlier, actually, Corinda, you know, even me in a film from this is a bit scary. It's a super high quality. So yeah, I'm not shooting any cinematic quality videos. I'm not doing a big epic. So
yeah, I've got the iPhone 12 down in my wish list in the carousel. I can't decide between that and interesting live stream and the Android version, and it does echo, Nick. There shouldn't be any echo at the moment. Okay. Oh, the phone echoes. Yeah. If you bring the phone into a broadcast, it will echo. And Matthew Llewellyn, and thank you for your comments. And I think that's an emoticon of some description. And over to David, and David is saying there's no doubt iPhone 13 cinematic features are incredible.
So David, have you got one? You little tease.
Right, we're both on the same page. Absolutely brilliant. Right. So I think we've covered quite a lot in today's broadcast, Nick.
We have. We've been on a while, and it's been great, and hopefully, guys who have been watching, dipping in and out, hopefully that you've really enjoyed it as well. We've covered some really great information, to be honest.
And we enjoy doing this show, and we do have a laugh doing it. And Debbie's saying, you want to read it, Nick?
Oh, so Sam says that iPhone didn't introduce mega features, but I think they hit the right market this time. I'm going to say there was an element of that's pretty annoying when people started telling me about it last week, and just saying how good it was. Yeah, it's a bit frustrating, but and certainly back in the day, David, when I first switched to iPhones, I was a real fanboy. I spent most of I was a big Android advocate to begin with. I thought their video quality was amazing, and I only really switched to iPhone because I had a Mac and an iPad and a MacBook Air, and so it just made sense because they all talk to each other. But then the other features of the iPhone, and I guess it was the 4 and 5 at the time, came out, and yeah, they took a big step up in quality with the 6S Plus, and again now pretty much it's the only thing that they can really get better and better on a phone. So is that video capture, audio capture. I mean, God forbid, sometimes I actually use it as a phone. My wife does ring me at times, which is always novel. But one thing, and iPhones are notorious for their battery usage. And I was chatting to someone the other day, and they said, "Oh, my iPhone 12 battery lasts forever." And I said, "Well, what are you doing with it?" And they were just like, "Oh, just using some apps, texting."
Yeah.
And it's like, well, yeah, if you do that, it will last forever. You shoot video in high definition, you use it to its maximum capacity. You use it to connect your 4G to your computer, uploading videos to YouTube and wherever. Then yeah, that battery will not last a day, but it's okay because it has a super fast battery charger. So yeah, it's good, but I do charge it every day. But then I use it. So
Yep.
Yeah, and here's the thing: if I'm going to spend that much money on a phone, I'm going to really use the hell out of it.
Right, and Corinne's saying, well, yeah, I mean, and Corinne's saying that's why you can't see it on stream. Okay, and Corinne's next comment. One question before we go: how did you know about Amazon Live for people who don't know you and Stephen? How did you?
How do you know about Amazon Live? People don't know you, Stephen. That's an interesting question, actually, Corinda. It's to be an Amazon live stream influencer and actually see Amazon Live in action. It is because it is Amazon.com, so it's the States, it's the US side. So as an Amazon affiliate, I switched all my from my .co.uk and .de. I had to then create a new one for Amazon.com. And now when I chat to people and talk to them about Amazon live streaming, certainly in the UK, a lot of people are like, I have no idea what you're talking about. And that's really cool because, by being Amazon live stream influencers, we are, especially in the UK, we are riding that wave. And so there's no doubt that, Amazon don't do things for no reason. And because it's big in the States, they'll bring it out to Europe. They'll bring it, it'll go where Amazon is, pretty much global. And so yeah, to actually be a live stream influencer, to be able to live stream our shows across the world is amazing. But yeah, we just have to put the word out there, Corinda. But we are in a digital village, a digital global village. So it's not like these things get kept under a bushel. There are a lot of European and UK live streamers, as well as US, Canadian, all over. Anyone that live streams has a following. It makes sense to utilize yet another amazing platform to get our messages out there and have fun, entertain, infotain, and explain. I was running out of aims then.
Infotain. And great answer. And over to Corinda. I have a Samsung S6. I had to buy an iPhone, iPad from Amazon, but Samsung dual mode is good for live streaming. You can live stream from anywhere, but you have to control the broadcast from an iPhone or an iPad. You just do that. Then that's the way it's set up. It's very neatly done. But you do need an iPhone and an iPad. Just a hint here: iPad is quite possibly the better way to go. Is my iPad, which I love, which is down in the carousel, because it's bigger. Okay, you can manage it a lot easier from an iPad than you can from an iPhone. Right. Okay, so we've come back. We've done full circle. All right, Nick.
Oh, fantastic. Well, listen, thank you so much, everybody, for joining us. Stephen and myself, we have this show, live stream video production weekly. We are here broadcasting from 3 p.m. UK time, 10 a.m. Eastern. every Monday. So please do join us, whether it's on Facebook, YouTube, Amazon live stream. Obviously is an amazing place to come and join us. So click those links and click the follow button. And so until next week, we will see you at the same time next Monday, 3 p.m. UK, 10 a.m. Eastern. Have a very safe week, and I'm sure you'll catch our other shows as we go along.
One final thing, if you're in the OneStream Live group, thank you for watching us in the group. If you want to know about the scheduling feature, then rewind, start around 5 minutes, and you've got a video which takes you step by step. Seems a long time ago since we displayed that. Takes you step by step through how to go and schedule on OneStream Live. So the team at OneStream Live, thank you for allowing us into your home, and take care, everybody. We'll see you again soon. And David, thank you. You're most welcome. Bye for now.